Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that has been making waves in the crypto world for years, XRP. You've probably heard the name, maybe seen it in the headlines, but what exactly is it? Is it a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin? Is it something else entirely? Well, grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's break it all down. First things first, let's clear up a common misconception. When people say XRP, they're often talking about a few different things. There's Ripple, the company. Then there's the XRP ledger, which is the technology. And finally, there's XRP, the digital asset itself. Think of it like this. Ripple is a software company that builds payment solutions. The XRP ledger is like the highway they built. And XRP is the super fast car designed to race on that highway. They're all connected, but they're not the same thing. So, what's the big idea behind all this? Ripple's main goal is to revolutionize the way money moves around the world. Let's say you want to send money from the United States to Japan. Traditionally, this is a slow and expensive process. Your money has to go through multiple banks, each taking a little cut and adding a few days to the transaction time. It's a system that was built decades ago, and frankly, it's outdated. This is where Ripple and the XRP ledger come in. They aim to create what they call the Internet of Value. The idea is that sending money should be as fast and easy as sending an email. No more waiting days, no more outrageous fees. The XRP ledger is an open-source, decentralized blockchain technology. Transactions on this ledger are incredibly fast. We're talking about 3 to 5 seconds to confirm. That's a world of difference compared to the days it can take for a traditional bank transfer. And how does it achieve this speed? Unlike Bitcoin, which uses a process called proof of work that requires a ton of energy and time, the XRP ledger uses a unique consensus mechanism. A group of trusted validators agrees on the validity of transactions in a matter of seconds. This makes it not only faster, but also much more energy efficient and scalable. It can handle around 1,500 transactions per second, which is a massive number compared to many other cryptocurrencies. Now let's talk about the star of the show, the digital asset XRP. Its primary role is to be a bridge currency. Imagine you want to convert US dollars to Mexican pesos. Instead of a bank having to hold large amounts of both currencies, you could convert dollars into XRP, send the XRP instantly across the ledger, and then convert it into pesos on the other side. Because the XRP transaction is so fast and cheap, it can dramatically lower the cost and time of these cross-border payments. This is the core utility that Ripple promotes for XRP. It's designed to provide liquidity for financial institutions. This brings us to RippleNet. RippleNet is Ripple's network of banks, payment providers, and other financial institutions. When these institutions join RippleNet, they can use Ripple software to send payments globally. One of their key products, which used to be called XRapid and is now part of their on-demand liquidity service, specifically uses XRP to facilitate these instant cross-border transactions. So, a bank in the US can send a payment, it gets converted to XRP, zips over to a bank in Mexico, and is converted to pesos, all in a few seconds. This means banks don't have to pre-fund accounts in foreign currencies, which frees up a huge amount of capital. But of course, the journey for XRP hasn't been all smooth sailing. You can't talk about XRP without mentioning the big legal battle with the US Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC. In late 2020, the SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple Labs and 2 of its executives, alleging that they had raised over $1 billion through an unregistered digital asset securities offering. Basically, they claimed XRP was a security, not a currency or a commodity. This lawsuit cast a huge shadow over XRP for years. Many exchanges delisted it, and its price was heavily impacted. The core of the debate was whether people who bought XRP were essentially investing in the Ripple company, with an expectation of profit based on Ripple's efforts. Ripple, on the other hand, argued that XRP is an independent, decentralized digital asset, and its network would exist even if the company disappeared. Fast forward to July 23, and we got a landmark ruling. A U.S. judge ruled that while some institutional sales of XRP did constitute investment contracts, the programmatic sales of XRP on public exchanges to retail investors did not. This was seen as a huge victory for Ripple and the broader crypto industry. It provided some much-needed clarity and led to many exchanges immediately relisting XRP. While the legal saga isn't completely over, this ruling was a major turning point. So what does the future hold for XRP? With this newfound legal clarity in the US, many are optimistic. Ripple continues to forge partnerships with financial institutions around the world. The use of its on-demand liquidity service is growing, and the XRP ledger itself is constantly being developed by a community of developers. Beyond just payments, the XRP ledger has other capabilities. It has a built-in decentralized exchange, and it supports the creation of other tokens and even NFTs. Developers are exploring all sorts of applications on the ledger, from gaming to decentralized finance or DeFi. So while its primary use case is focused on payments, its potential is much broader. Now let's address some of the criticisms. One common critique is about centralization. Because Ripple, the company, initially created the XRP ledger and originally held a large portion of the total XRP supply, some people in the crypto community argue that it's not truly decentralized like Bitcoin. Ripple has tried to address this by placing a large amount of its XRP holdings in a cryptographically secured escrow. This escrow releases a certain amount of XRP each month, and any unused portion is returned to the escrow. They argue that the network of validators is becoming increasingly decentralized and that the company's influence is waning. It's a complex debate, and where you stand on it often depends on your definition of decentralization. Another point of discussion is the total supply. There's a maximum supply of 100 billion XRP, all of which were created at the very beginning. This is different from Bitcoin, which has a mining process that will continue until 21 million Bitcoins are created. The fixed supply of XRP is deflationary in a sense, because a tiny amount of XRP is burned or destroyed with every transaction fee. It's a very small amount, but over millions of transactions, it does reduce the total supply. So to sum it all up, XRP is a digital asset designed for fast, low-cost global payments. It runs on the XRP ledger, a decentralized and highly efficient blockchain technology. The company Ripple is the primary driver behind its adoption, using it to power its network of financial institutions RippleNet. It has faced major legal hurdles but has emerged with significant legal clarity, at least in the United States. Is XRP a good investment? Well, as always on this channel, this is not financial advice. The crypto market is incredibly volatile, and you should always do your own research. What we can say is that XRP has a very clear and specific use case. Its success is closely tied to the adoption of Ripple's technology by the traditional finance world. If you believe in the vision of an internet of value and think that Ripple is the company to deliver it, then XRP is definitely one to watch. On the other hand, if you're a firm believer that true decentralization is the only path forward, you might have some reservations. The story of XRP is a fascinating one, blending technology, finance, and a high-stakes legal drama. It represents a different approach to cryptocurrency, one that aims to work with the existing financial system to make it better, rather than replace it entirely. As the world of digital finance continues to evolve, the role that XRP will play is still being written. What do you think about XRP? Are you a believer in its mission, or are you skeptical? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I read every single one. And if you learned something new today, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of crypto. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.